Hello everyone, I'm going to do a video on how to strip down one of these Saab 93 seats. Reason being, I quite often sell cushions, particularly like from the UK. Our left-hand seats are in good condition, so I'll sell those to people with a left-hand drive car, so they can have a nice looking seat again. The video will be, on and off, because I'm just by myself with the camera, so it'll just be little snippets here and there, just to give you an idea. First one I can do by myself with two hands. So you need to remove the two stanchion tubes from where the headrest was. I use a long hook tool like this. I face it towards the rear, and there's a little plastic thing inside which you hook out like this. So I'll see if I can get it out with a phone in my hand. There we go. We got that one. So that was like that, with a little spring button press. And this is the little hook that I was trying to release with my little hook tool inside, and you might be able to just about see it down there. So that's how you release those two tubes. So I'll flip the seat on its side, and we've got two T25 screws. It looks a bit cowboy, but the seat's going in the bin at the end anyway, so. And there's a little hook underneath there, so if you noticed I pushed that upwards just to hook him off. It's nice to get this out of the way. That's a 16mm bolt. It will flop on the cable for now, we'll deal with that in a moment. So underneath, this one's already loose. You tend to find they do come loose sometimes, even in, without taking them apart. So it's like a little hook that hooks over the metalwork underneath. So that would have been nice and tight and hooked around the bottom there. So on the base there is quite a number of these around the bottom here. So you've got one here, and one here, and there will be one on the other side. So I'll just make a start unhooking those. Right, I'll flip the seat over to the other side, and we can see we've got this plastic trim finisher and a knob on the end. You have to get the knob off first to get the trim finisher. These just tend to pop off. I haven't had any issues getting these off before. There we go. So yeah, it's just three little clips that go inside, so we don't need to do any more here, but we do need to undo the screw down here. And again, there's a little hook on the top there, so once we've loosened it, we can lift it up and then unhook it. There is a couple of pushing clips along here, but at the front, if you push the leather in, we'll see that there is that metal spring clip. So that metal spring clip just lifts out, and then this plastic can pull forwards off of the peg, because there's actually a peg facing forwards that it slides on. So I have to lift it forwards a little bit and pull it out, and then unhook all these clips. And here are the clips, one there, and there's one up here as well. I released that spring clip at the front. It actually went in sideways. I thought it went upwards, but it didn't. It was like that, just slid out sideways, nice and easy. Right, so these are the clips that hold that side plastic panel on, and these clips actually slide into the panel, and they're supposed to be fixed in there. So you have to release these two little barbs there with a screwdriver. You can poke them with a screwdriver, a little bit fiddly, but that does help you get it off without actually damaging the plastic. Right then, so the leather I unhooked from this side now as well. Once that plastic panel's missing, I've unhooked the leather. This thing, it has actually got a little clip there, and the metal pushes through. You can just give it a push and then it releases. So the whole foam, the base foam, is nice and loose now. Just got to undo a couple of these plugs. So I've undone the heated seat element, which is this one down here, so that will come out nice and easy. There's a few others here, should be fairly self-explanatory to be honest with you. But the big thing is the leather of that seat base. It hooks around the back, and it's hooked onto these white clips. And you can't get those off, to be honest with you, without damaging the leather and that. The way to do it is you just press these where the actual spring of the base of the seat is just hooked onto the base. You pop these four off, and then the whole spring comes loose, and you can actually push it downwards, which then pushes those white pegs away, and you can hook the leather off without damaging it. So I'm just going to do that now. There we go. So those little hooks I pushed off. This thing these white pegs, they move up and down as you move the spring. I've unhooked those two. I'm just using a screwdriver like that to unhook them. Right, now that's all unhooked, and the cushion, it literally just slides off. Just obviously make sure you don't tear any of your cables as you release it. This one here is the passenger side, so it's got this green connector as well, which is for the seat weight sensor, so just make sure it doesn't get caught or anything. And then you've got the original connector that I showed you, which was the heated seat. So that's it. It's a whole cushion off. You could then just install that. You haven't got to mess around with any hog rings or anything like that. Just install it, nice and easy. So we'll move on to the backrest portion now. So then the backrest is one cable tie just there, which is at the base of the backboard. This piece here is a hard board. It's got plastic inside, and that actually separates from the main cover. So we need to get that plastic board out first. That cable tie, and then the rest of it, it's just got these little hooks. They just grab together, so you just give them a tug, give them a wiggle, and you can actually release it out. So I'll just do that now, and then I'll come back to the video. There we go. So I've managed to release that somewhat. So these are the hooks. So you've got a plastic on the main cover, which then hooks into this back cover, and then it's still tight. And what it is there's another one inside here as well, which you just release like this, and then this board should come on out. It has got that piece I've just taken off. It actually is what clips into it, you see. So there we are. Yeah, so that was clipped in there, but around this beam here, that's why it was all secured on. Alright, so next up was this piece. This is another plastic clip. I've undone it, and that then opens up, and this is a heated seat again. So there's another connector inside here, which is the one you unplug, and that will then allow the wires to come out with a heated seat element. So I've undone the heated seat element. I think we're nearly at the point of lifting this thing out. So as we lift it out, we want to push this foam forwards, which then goes past this metal bar to allow it to slide off. And then also they've got airbag in the seat as well. So as we slide the thing off, we're going to have to manipulate this to go around the airbag. But you shouldn't need to undo the airbag or the wiring. Alright, so that's it then. I've started manoeuvring it around and getting it off, and then you just literally slide the cushion off. There we go. So one backrest cushion could be back, installed again. Cables all intact. Job done.